want to know why women are so masculine nowadays? Because I went back to the bar that I work at, sports bar I work at in Philadelphia, full of men. I have a flat, and I said, hey, who has a jack? And they all looked at me like I had 15 heads and didn't know what I was asking. Then I had to explain, like, you know, the thing that pumps up your carb when you have a flat? Not one. Not one. Asked 12 men. Not one had one. Like, what's the point? What's the point?
So yesterday I had to go into a hardware store, and there was this really nice man working, and I had asked him where certain items were that I had no business playing with. And so he kindly asked, you know, what is it that you're trying to do? And he wasn't being judgy, and I wasn't offended. And so I told him the project that I was planning on working on, that I needed to work on. And he was like, okay, you know, is your husband handy at all? And again, I didn't take offense to it, because it's okay. And I was like, I don't have a husband. And, you know, help me. And so my son's with me too, my 8-year-old son. So we're just like, you know. So this guy was so nice. He was like, okay, I'm gonna tell you how to do this, and like the easiest way possible too. And so he just took the time to explain how I should do this right, which I ended up later. But that's okay. Anyways, he was so sweet. So I leave, I go, I butcher the project, I come home, I'm watching a show, having a glass of wine. I was like, you know what? I'm going to call that store and I'm going to speak to the manager, because I need to give a compliment. Very rarely do people ever call and speak to a manager to actually compliment an employee. And this man was so kind to me. So I call and I speak with the manager, Katrina. Okay. I tell Katrina, hi, I was there earlier today, blah, blah, blah. Your employee, Matthew, was really kind because X, Y, and Z. He really took the time. He made me feel comfortable and helped me, you know, feel like I could tackle this job later. Yeah, that I did. And she literally was like, okay. And I was like, she made me feel like I was stupid for calling. She like could care less, which was more annoying. It was very much like, okay, what do you want me to do? I didn't know, give him a face, Katrina.
Can somebody explain to me why I don't get approached in public? Like, do I look mean or something? I don't know. I feel like guys will stare a hole into my heart from another side of the room, but they will not approach me. Like, men will be in my DMs and all my social medias and shit like that, and then even in public, they will still not approach me. And it's not because I'm ugly, but even if you don't feel like I'm pretty, you could say that, but I ain't ugly. I just don't understand why when I go out, I don't get approached by men.
I'm tired of being single. I want to be a wife.
Ever have a hinge date that goes well? You go back to your apartment, he stays the night, things happen. In the morning, you walk to the train together, kiss goodbye, he has your number, says, I'll text you later. Never get that text, and then check Hinge and he's unmatched you? Yeah. I feel disgusting. And you ask why women are jaded. You ask why we're so single. You ask why we're so disgusted by men. It's because this happens all of the time. And during the date, he's like, I can't believe the way that men treat women these days, thinking that you're different. Oh my God. Take a look in the goddamn mirror, my guy. Taking the time to unmatch somebody on Hinge just to make sure they can never contact you again in this situation is actually unreal.
I'm like genuinely the most average mid-looking thing ever. Like, I don't understand your new generation of like what you find good looking. He's like 1 of 100. Like everyone looks like him. Do you not think?
I wish everyone looked like him.
There's nothing that like sets him apart and you're like, wow. No, genuinely. Like, I'm genuinely shocked.
Let you guys watch this little montage here, and I'm gonna get back with my final thoughts. You know, unfortunately, in this scenario, the old adage still rings true. Single women keep women single. All of the toxic stuff that this young lady be talking about, guess who she got it from? She get it from her mama.
Okay, I was telling my man last night that men really get to be happy year round. There's a new sport every season. Basketball, baseball, soccer, football, all year round. They get to just be happy and overjoyed because of sports. And he was like, oh my God, you really don't like to see me happy. I don't. Especially if I'm not involved. I'ma just keep it a buck and a half. Like,
People in dating, question for you. So when a guy that's in their late 30s, hair thinning, maybe receding hairline, maybe hair gray, maybe, cul-de-sac forming, maybe a little beer belly growing, and they hit you with I'm not looking for anything serious right now. Well, are you waiting for you until you lose all of your hair, or are you waiting till all the grays grow in? This has got to be a joke, right? Like, I'm not looking for anything serious? At what age, sir, are you looking for something serious? Are you waiting till you become a grandfather? Because you likely have already been divorced at this age. Probably have kids already. Can the men clarify? Have the women experienced this? I need to know.
Baby girl, if his credit score starts with a 5 and ends with a, I'm working on it, run. Run. As fast as you can. Run.
All the girls support her to the whole man. Now she a home recognized. Support the girlies. Support the girlies.
I just wanted to say something real quick. This doesn't apply to my life currently, but previously it has. And it's still valid. It still holds weight. And I just want to say, don't come over here being a short man and a piece of shit. Don't come over here being a short and a fucking pick a struggle. We're not doing that anymore. Absolutely not. Like, short men have balls. Like, y'all have fucking balls. Y'all are bold as fuck. They're always so sweet, and then like the biggest shit I've ever met. It's like they're so angry that they're short and they take it out on you, or they have to feel better about themselves than to like boost their egos. I don't know, but stay the way from me, okay? If you're gonna be short, be a good man. Just be a man. Like, my next man, my husband needs to be tall. That's it. I'm not doing it anymore.
If women like men, why don't women listen to men? They don't actually like men.
Why do you think men swipe more than women?
I think that it's much easier for them to trust. It's much easier for them to lean in. Men are more open. Mm-hmm. They are, is she warm and welcoming or not? Or not, basically. So yeah. If she is, does she look like somebody that I would like to have a conversation with? Is she attractive? They don't go through.
It's like they don't go through a checklist.
It's very, yes. It's much more. Now, there are some exceptions to that rule where there are men that are highly selective and have this very strict criteria. But in general, men are much more open, and they've even done more research in which men are way more open to go on a second date than women are.
I mean when I say there's not an abundance of men that I'm interested in Denver. Personally, I cannot go to dinner with a man knowing that there's 2 feet inside of Chacos under the table. That's one reason why Denver's tough for me. If you're not actively standing in a river or have been in a river in the past hour max and you're wearing like a Chaco, a river shoe, then that's just not for me. I'm sorry.
I didn't talking about 100 men versus 1 gorilla. man versus dog. Can we get 100 women versus accountability? Holy, that is one of the battles of all battles.
So, I have long suspected that the reason I'm single is I'm overqualified. But this has been confirmed. I went on a date with somebody I had been talking to and texting with for 2 straight weeks, talking to on the phone like every day. And we finally meet in person. The date is going great. We're getting along. We're having fun laughing. He drops me off at my house and I never hear from him again. My messages are going to red and he is completely ghosting me. And I'm over here like, who the F would ghost me? I just don't get it. And then everybody, I'm like, who would ghost me? Why would I get ghosted? And everyone's like, you should know, it should say, no, I had no clue. So finally, after a week, he responds to my text with, it scared him how well we got along. I don't remember what else he said, but I was enlightened. I'm very enlightened. And all these other amazing things about me. And I'm like, so I'm just so amazing that you ghosted me and it scares you to go out with me. Okay, so it's official. I've given up on men and women. I'm not doing the women thing, just so you know. I've just given up on dating, and I'm clearly just overqualified to date. That's what I'm gonna go with.
Overqualified for who? Some of these ladies are out here acting like they built a rocket ship or something like that. What are you talking about?
When they said if you want to get a conversation started to talk about finances, they was not lying, okay? So quick story time. I was on live earlier this morning and someone in the comments, we was having a little back and forth conversation. They asked me if I wanted kids and if I did want kids, how many, and if I wanted to be married and just what did I want for myself. So I told them, yes, I do want kids. I would love to have twins. And then I also said that my husband, he has to do certain things and he has to make at least 6 figures a year. That's bare minimum. And they lost their mind. They in the comments like, who do you think you are? Why do you deserve a man that makes 6 figures? They in the comments, 6 figures, question mark, question mark, question mark. What's the question? Yes, I want my husband to make at least 6 figures. I make 6 figures. So I want nothing less than what I can bring to the table myself. And why is a conversation needing to be had after you ask me a question? I answer your question. Why do I have to further explain my answer? I don't have to, and I'm not going to. It's already hard enough being a black female, but being a young, successful black female who is established, who makes their own coin, who does everything for themselves. Oh my God, dating and just the conversation around money and lifestyle, it's exhausting at this point. They really want you to jump through hoops. And when I say you, I'm talking about us, as in me, black females. They want us to jump through hoops, to prove our worth, to do all of these things, these extravagant things to prove that we deserve a well-rounded, successful man. It's crazy. No, we don't have to do that actually. It takes nothing, honestly, to get a man that has money because all you gotta do is pop a little cat. So if I'm saying that I don't want to pop the cat to get the man, now I got to do all of this other stuff to get the man with money. I'm the man with money. I just want my man to have a little bit more than me. And, the other qualities I listed as well. But damn, why I got to do all of that, baby? Why does me wanting what I want for myself upset you? It must upset you because you don't have those things that I want. And you damn, I don't even got that. Because let's be honest, the men with the 6 figures, the men who are established in their careers and are doing so good and well for themselves, they are not in the comments on these TikTok videos arguing or saying that women deserve less. They're not doing that.
But I think what you're saying is what a lot of men are hitting on, though. And that's, you don't think that you have anything to prove, but the man has everything to prove. And men are tired of that nonsense.
How come when y'all see women with children complaining or venting or just whatever you want to call it about their baby dads being a deadbeat, y'all get in the comments and y'all say things like, oh, well, who told you to choose a deadbeat? First of all,
without having the child, we would have never even known they were a deadbeat. Now, it's one thing if you're knowingly getting into relationships and parentage with men who you know are deadbeats. But y'all be thinking we be knowing this shit, we still be like, oh yeah, deadbeat raw. Nah, like, I'm not even trying to be funny, like, who would intentionally choose a deadbeat? Other than a crazy ass trying to keep a nigga around when babies don't keep niggas around. Because I just can't fathom or understand the concept behind somebody else thinking us as single moms chose to be single moms and chose to have a deadbeat. Like, if I know my baby I was going to be a deadbeat, my son wouldn't be here. That's just that.
I mean, honestly, you can say whatever you want to, because we have thousands of examples of women not paying attention to who they date and just dating off of a spark. As soon as I get a spark, I'm off to the races. Oh, okay. Be careful out there.
Women, if you want to steal a man's heart, make sure you come looking pretty and fine on the first date. Wear something that makes you feel confident, sexy. Just don't show too much. But guess what? Don't be afraid to show something, because if that man cannot visualize you being in his bed, then he will not ever think of wife for you. And don't let that go over your head. Be classy, be very demure, be very sexy. But make sure you keep that boundary that keeps him wanting more.
Story time on the worst man I have ever met in my life. Okay, I'm gonna name this man Austin. I don't even know how me and Austin started talking. I really don't. He was gonna transfer to Arizona to come play football. So I was like, okay, this is someone I can see in my life. To explain this man, his brother plays in the NFL, and he's surrounded around people who are just really cocky and have a big ego. That's kind of, you can imagine what this man acts like. I started noticing his weird behavior when, if I wouldn't answer his FaceTime, or I would call him back 5 minutes later, he would answer the phone and be like, when I call, you answer. I'm busy. I have things to do. No. He was just straight up disrespectful to me. Every time I call you, you better answer like I'm your top priority. Sir, I don't even know you that well. I never met you in person. Like, chill out. And then he would start saying all these hypothetical situations. One of the hypothetical situations he said to me, if you came to see me, flew to see me, and there was another girl in my house, what would you do? I would leave. He was like, but like, what if I only want you? There's another girl. Why would I stay with you if there's another girl? But what if I only want you? And I was like, okay, well, I'm telling you, if I would leave. And he was like, so if you flew all the way to see me and there was another girl at my house, you would just leave? Yes, I would. Just like saying weird stuff to me. Every single time I was on FaceTime with this man, would just talk about himself. It was never, how's your day? What'd you do today? It was just him bragging. Oh, this school is offering me this much money. I'm gonna be in the NFL. I'm this good. Like, black trucks, designer brands, like, so much talk about how much money he has. He was like, I have my own personal grocery shopper. I only get picked up in black trucks. Every time I go out, like, we always buy bottle service. Like, that's normal. Like, that's like going to like the dollar store for me. Like, I'd be throwing hundreds like it's nothing. He wouldn't shut up about this mansion party. I hope he sees this video because he is the most annoying, egotistical person I know. He starts telling me, I love Arizona. Every time I come to Arizona, I be in Scottsdale at the clubs, but like the high-end clubs that like you couldn't get into. Shut up. Like, just, this is triggering me talking about it. Yeah, my boy who's in the NFL, we're finna have this mansion party, but like you gotta sign an NDA. Like, everyone's signing NDAs. We're going crazy at this mansion party. Be so for real. Like, I don't care. I'd be on the phone with him. There are so many times that I can say, oh, that's crazy, before you should realize I don't care. You're having me say that's crazy 50 times. Stop talking about it. So he starts telling me, if you don't drive up to Scottsdale to come see me during this mansion party with all my NFL friends, this, that, I'm never talking to you again. You're gonna, your ass blocked. Okay, block me. He was like, I get there Wednesday, so you better come up Wednesday, and then like you can go back home to Tucson, but then like you gotta come up for the mansion party, like, and the NDA, like you gotta sign that NDA, like we can't talk about nothing, like I'm finna take your phone. I got all these girls flying in, like my homeboy who's in the NFL, he has all these girls flying in, like it's gonna be crazy. This party sounds like hell. No phones, NDA, being with you, no. I already knew I didn't like this man. I was like, this man is the ultimate ick. He only cares about himself. He doesn't care about anyone else. And I was like, I'll be there. I did not go. It finally gets to the time of his mansion party, and he was calling me over and over, FaceTime me over and over. I wasn't answering, and he hasn't blocked me yet, so I guess he was all talk with the I'm never talking to you again if you don't come to my mansion party. But it gets worse. I'm on the phone with him. He starts talking about my friends. He's like, your friends are so fine. Okay. He adds one of my friends, and him and one of my other friends, they already been talking. He's already got her. He adds my other friend. I wake up to a group chat. He made a group chat with me and my two friends. What he would text in this group chat: good morning, my beautiful ladies. Like, I can't wait to see all my beautiful girls, my 3 favorite girls. Are you dead ass? This man was being so serious. You can't think I'm gonna want to be with you when you're doing this. And also try to tell me he was celibate for like 2 years, which you don't have to lie to me. There's some other things this man did, but his whole personality is disgusting, and it really gives me no hope because I know other people that act like him. He's not even like the worst. He might be the worst, actually. The amount of like money and things that like football players are getting is actually absurd, and they're acting this way. Like, I find myself talking to more and more people that act this way, and it honestly entertains me because I'm like, how does your brain work like that? Like, how do you think it's okay to say that and spend like all this money on stupid stuff that you don't even deserve? Like, you don't even play. That's my story on the worst man I ever met in my life.
And it's hilarious that these types of women think they have a leg to stand on. You out here with the tomfoolery just like he is. And you wonder why you get treated like you get treated. You had multiple FaceTimes with this guy. Oh, I would respect a man if he just tell me to my face what he doing, what he got going on. Not only did the man tell you to your face that he was talking to your friends, he put all y'all in a group and said, I can't wait to see all y'all. Oh, and by the way, in light of what's going on with Uncle Shannon, you gonna sign an NDA or else. Oh, well, he ain't blocked me yet. Why you still talking to him? You block him. If it's such a tragedy, how dare he? If it's all that, and why don't you do it? No, you won't. Of course not, because you want to mess around.
He's just busy. Megan, he is just busy. No, he is not. His Instagram following has literally not even gone up.
Yeah,
at all.
Probably already following them.
No. Why? No, why would he do that? He's probably just got done showering after a really long day.
Yeah, everyone. Yeah, definitely. That makes a lot of sense. He's the busiest man in the world.
He's just so busy, and I get it. I get it. I'm so busy too. It's crazy. No, please.
So when will you admit, like, if he doesn't text you for X amount, then will you admit he just doesn't want to talk to you? 2 years. So if he doesn't answer tomorrow morning. Oh, you're giving him 24 hours? Are you giving him 48 hours? Can you just tell me so I can like have some sort of expectation? Just tell me. Is it 48 hours? Is it a week?
So you know when to take me to the mental hospital.
Is it like, what is it?
I think that if he doesn't respond in, let's say, 48 hours, I'm gonna text him again.
Maddie, why would you text him again? He doesn't want to talk to you.
Because I read this really cool quote one time.
Maddie, I will throw your phone away. I will not have you embarrass yourself like that. You're better than that.
The only thing is that like he doesn't live in my state, so it's
it doesn't matter. You could live in India. It's still embarrassing. You still are worth so much more than that. It looks like a mushroom. I'm like,
no,
like a mushroom cut.
Don't talk about my husband that way.
Oh, look, husband, that's what I'm talking.
He's just really, really busy. Like, I swear to God.
What's today, Tuesday? So if on Thursday at 3, what time? What's the exact time you texted him?
3:12.
Are you gonna tell your followers that he didn't respond to you?
Yes, 100%.
When? Thursday at 3?
Thursday at 3, and then I'm gonna tell him when I can text him again. Life's too short to not send that text, sweetheart.
You already sent the text. I love you, but if he's watching these videos and you texting him and he's not responding, he's literally feeling.
I was gonna say, do you think he's seen these videos?
If he has and he's not answering you and then you text him again, he's gonna be like, she needs help.
Oh.
And as you can see, modern women get enjoyment out of messing around, knowing she has no business messing with somebody. Just, oh, I'm doing it for the plot. In 2 or 3 years, you're going to be upset asking where all the good men are.
The majority of Black women are not queens. You are paid government agents. You are empowered, but not in the way that you think. You teamed up with the government via government assistance, child support, legal filings, and they weaponized you against your own community and your own men. They sold you on being strong and independent, but really they just isolated you and set you up for further manipulation and failure. The system didn't free you. It actually programmed you to fight against your own, disrespect your men, and not respect your elders. You traded family for funding, and while you celebrated your freedom, your house just is slowly burning down, actually rapidly. Unfortunately, you're not raising children, you're actually programming them. Your daughters are repeating the same cycles as you, becoming baby mamas, involved in sugar daddy culture, whole culture, all of the above. And then your sons lack leadership, discipline, and self-control. So just no order at all, just all dysfunction, emotionality, and rage. You became the perfect weapon to inject the dysfunction right directly into your children, so they don't have to do it because you're doing it for them. But then you brag about your degrees and how you're the most educated and independent and strong and how you guys can take care of yourself, but your children can't read. Can we make that make sense? And as long as you keep choosing the system over Black men, you'll remain a non-player character, a program bot running on a government code, just raising the next generation of slaves. And this is why you lead in obesity, single motherhood, least likely to get married, least desirable, most likely to raise a criminal. It's because you're a product of the very system that you think you're outsmarting.
Paid government agent is crazy. What's even crazier is she's got Myron in the background as one of her pictures.
But if you have a girlfriend, like Good morning, y'all. So I'm actually going on my second date with him today. We're gonna go hiking. So I'm gonna get ready and I'll show you guys the outfit and then I'll let you know how it goes. My anxiety is through the roof right now. I'm like throwing up. I woke up with morning sickness because I'm like so nervous. But we got this, y'all. We got this. This is the outfit we're wearing. I'll let you know how it goes. We had a very eventful day. We went hiking, we got food, we walked his dogs, I met his dad, his pet bird. And we went to the gym. Like, we had a very eventful day. And so I don't know how to play chess. So he was teaching me how to play chess in the car. And when we got done playing chess, I looked at him and I was like, can I kiss you? And he was like, not right now. And I was like, oh. I never had a man be like, not right now. So I was kind of like weirded out. And so I had left and like, I was like outside my car and he waved at me and drove off. I never heard anything from him, so I sent him a text, like just apologizing, like asking if anything's weird. I didn't hear from him for like a few hours. Like I think he texted me back the next day and was like, oh, like he didn't make me feel uncomfortable. I just don't think I can be in a relationship right now and yada yada, but like you're a cool person and I still want to be friends. And it did kind of hurt me because I'm like, damn, like the first time or like the second time I actually go out of my way and try to like get a man, something bad happened. So I kind of see why people are not approaching these days because it's embarrassing. I approached him to get rid of my fear of rejection, and then this happened. I accepted it and then I got rejected. It sucks, but we're moving on. I mean, it wasn't obviously meant to be. We can still be friends and I respect that. I just wasn't expecting anybody to be like, oh, just not right now, because I'm so used to having men just want to jump the gun. So when I finally got somebody that wanted to take things slow, I had to ruin it because I put my intentions like, oh, I want you. And he got scared and I'm beating myself up about it, you guys. But yep, that's it.
It's somebody nigga out the country that make me want to get hunchy. I'm at a little Easter egg hunt up here at the country in Grand Bay, Alabama. And it's this dude out here.
And he wearing pink. He's standing right here by my car. And I think today is the day that I'm about to shoot my shot. I've never in my life shot my shot at nobody. But today, the shot is about to get shot. And if I get rejected, I just will not return. But for the most part, I cannot leave this function without saying something to this man. I'm finna embarrass myself or something. Gonna start stuttering or something. Beautiful man. When I tell you beautiful, when I tell you excellent, first class, scrumdiddlyumptious, and he a big dog. I don't like no little cat no more. He a big dog. He look like he can hold me. Up in there. Okay, y'all. I think you know that I'm looking at him. Because he keep looking back at me, too. He talking, standing out here talking. I'm parked. But I think he know that I find him, like, scrumdiddlyumptiously attractive. Because he keep looking at me. Like, he keep making eye contact with me. So I think that is my first sign to shoot my shot. Okay, y'all. He right here at my passenger window. He ain't knock. He taking pictures of somebody. But why my heart beating fast? I'm scared. What's your name?
Kato.
Okay. It's nice to meet you, Kato. You have very nice dimples. Look at them. You're so attractive.
Why you slapping me?
I don't know. I'm nervous. You look at, I fart when I'm nervous, so you may want to back up.
Oh, my Lord.
Sorry. Okay, y'all. So I shot my shot. The shot has been shotting, and I think I'm getting married now. I shot my shot. We ain't got no choice but to get married. Because I don't shoot my shot at no goddamn body, okay? I've never in my 31 years of living shot my shot at nobody. Ever. This is the first time I shot my shot. I'm getting married. I'm sending y'all invites, evites. Y'all stay tuned.
Here is part 1 of things I think men should not put on their dating profile.
Okay, I've already filmed a part 2. It's in my drafts. But as I was swiping, this one popped up. If your bio is ask me anything, I'm an open book, and then your prompts are like perks of dating me, ask me, what I would recommend for the table, gotta ask. Why are you here? Why even put a bio? Why even put prompts if you're not gonna answer them?
I ran across a lot of dating profiles back in the day when women did this exact same thing and they thought it was cute and mysterious. Stop it.
Am I not feral enough? Is that the problem? Am I underusing my crazy? Because when I tell you, listen, you have to hear the story. I have a guy friend, okay? Friends for years. He's been dating this girl for like off and on for like a few years. The first time they broke up, I had to talk him through this breakup, okay? Fine, no big deal. Love him to death. During that breakup, she bit him. I don't mean like a sexy bite. I mean like she bit him. They ended up getting back together. Guess who just got engaged last night? He put a ring on it. On a woman who bit him the first time they broke up.
I have a little bit of tea for the single men. So if you're wondering what the women want, if you're single and looking for a single lady, we want to travel. So make sure your passport is up to date. You never know when it's going to be time to book a trip. If they ask you where you're traveling to find someone's heart. Second thing they want to stay in the house. So get a cozy blanket, get some fuzzy socks, not for you, for her. Get ready to hunker down for a full series weekend watching of a new Netflix show or Prime or Apple, whatever it is. We don't want to be out there. We want to be inside. We don't want to be outside. We want to be inside. Number 3, want some clean sheets. So make sure if you're bringing a lady over, you have clean sheets. If you're, at least please change your sheets once a week. Max once every 2 weeks. It's just a good starting point. Let's start with those things. Right? You're welcome.
I've been engaged 5 times. Yes, these are all real. I do offer the rings back. They always say no every time. I'm gonna tell you 3 things that I do that makes me special. Side note, this is my favorite kind of ring, the tri. Beginning, middle, and end, if you must. Number 1, I don't really give a I just try not to give them my time of day. If they want to see me, yeah, maybe. Maybe I have time for you, maybe I don't. I don't know. You know, just don't overly be like, yes, I can see you at the drop of a dime. Don't worry, no. Stress them out a little bit. They like it. 2, when we are together, I'm super fun. I'm super girly. Whenever they do something, you overly go, oh my God, babe, that's like the best thing ever. You're so strong. You're so smart. You're so great. You know, just overly like compliment and make them feel really good about themselves. For example, they fix your bike, you grab them by the face and you go, oh my God, babe, I didn't know you knew how to do that. I don't know how to do that. You're so smart. Mwah. And you give them a little kiss on their little forehead. And you just keep kissing them and go like, you're so awesome. Oh my God. Give them that big hug and put them in their masculine energy. You know, I look at these rings and I feel sadness because I truly do love all of them. And I will never talk anything negative about any of my exes ever. And my last point is very controversial, but no matter how you slice it and dice it, men are simple creatures. And all they want is just something pretty to look at. I try to look as best as I can every time. Just to close it off, yes, I know that I'm the problem and I have abandonment issues because my mommy and daddy didn't love me enough. Thanks for watching my video. I hope it helped you a lot. Love you and good luck. Mwah.
People on this app act like this is the worst thing in the world. Stay-at-home mum. My husband's at work providing for our family. I have some sourdough fermenting on the bench, a baby, an apron, a cute dress. I'm tiddling around the house, cleaning things, making myself food. I can go to the beach if I want. I can go to a cafe if I want. I can take my kids to the park if I want. I can go lay out in the sun. I have this cuteness right here that I get to look at all day, that I get to hang out with, okay? I have another kid that's napping right now, so I get some peace and quiet. I don't understand why this lifestyle is so controversial. In my opinion, I've been the boss girl. Yes, I do run a business, but I do that on the side, but I'm talking about I've been out, like have had a 9-to-5. I've, you know, had the corporate job. I have made a lot of money outside of the home with no kids, you know, lived the boss babe lifestyle, and I hated it. It was so exhausting. I was constantly overwhelmed. My gut health was in the trash. My cortisol levels and my stress hormones were like through the roof. Now I just get to bake bread and hang out with babies all day. Isn't it the best thing in the world? It's the best thing in the world.
Ladies, I went ahead and took one for the team. I'll never say I ain't never do nothing for y'all. I asked a white woman how she was keeping her man. Because I wanted to know. I'm a sister. I love black men. But I wanted to know, how was all these white women taking all these black men? I wanted to know. Why did black men not want to be with black women anymore? It's sad to say, she said, I don't argue with him. I let him be a man. He's a man. I let him be a man. Okay. I support him. And I just shut up. That's it. That easy. What?
Okay, I need to know if I'm actually being so dramatic and low-key kind of big of the situation, or if you guys think that this is also insane. I started talking to this guy in February, and I had just gotten out of like a pretty, not bad, but like a long situationship. And I told him, hey, I'm not looking for anything serious. Like, I'm honestly still pretty heartbroken. And he said, okay, like, I totally understand. Then we kept talking, and we had multiple conversations around what I was going through. Finally, about a month later, we decide that we're going to hang out. And he came over when one of my friends was over because I told him, I don't want to be alone with you. I don't want to hang out at my house alone. I just feel like that's too casual. And he said, okay. So he came over and played board games with me and my friend. And it was fine. He was kind of touchy. And it was fine at first. Like, we were just holding hands and kind of like, not even snuggling, but like sitting really close together. And my friend got up to go to the bathroom. And he like tried to go in. I don't know what he was doing. He tried to go in for like a hug or like a cuddle. But I was like, no, like my friend literally is just in the bathroom. So that happens. We hang out. He leaves that night. And he's just like, did I do something wrong? I'm like, no, I'm just not a touchy person. And he's like, okay. And we had a date planned a couple days after this hangout. And the night before we were supposed to hang out, he tells me that he feels like things are moving too slow. And that I'm not compromising with him about how slow we're going. And I told him like, oh, I'm not willing to compromise on that. I told you from the beginning I wasn't ready for anything serious. He's like, okay. And he was just kind of obsessive. He would ask me like, who are you with? When are you going to be home? What town are you in? And at first, I don't know. I was just telling myself that I was reading too far into it, that I run from like good, healthy relationships. So kind of ignored it. We go on this date. We like took our dogs to the dog park, and I'm just like, okay, tell me about yourself. And he had mentioned this story before, but like not super in detail. And he tells me that he has like a stalking charge and a domestic violence charge. Tells me that his ex-girlfriend is crazy and like charged him for like bringing her stuff back to her house without like her permission to go on her property. And I was trying to hear him out. I was like, I don't know, like girls can be crazy, but also like a stalking charge like through the courts, like you would have had to have gone through like a lot of stuff, you know. And he tells me that about how he slept with this married woman, and she had told him that he should date her daughter, and that she would read daughter so that he could sneak into her room. And he wasn't, I don't want to say he was bragging, but he also wasn't very like, oh, I'm ashamed, this is just like something I feel like I need to become clean about. Like he was just kind of like telling it like it was like a casual, normal thing. So we hang out. I'm kind of feeling iffy towards the end of the hangout, like, oh, I don't know if this is like something I want to continue. And so I go home and I'm like, no, I'm still just thinking like, Courtney, you run from good guys, like you run away when you think you have the ick, like it wasn't that bad. So I had all intentions of still talking to him after this, which now looking back, I'm like, no, those weren't you being a bitch, those are actually like not good things. So that was on a Sunday. The very next day, we're talking that morning. I also just want to add, he was so invested in the sense of like, what days do you have off work? I can change my work schedule so that we can hang out on your days off. And I was like, oh, like let's get to know each other first, because that's a little crazy to me, like change our work schedules to like be around each other all the time. And I had told him about like how I had taken time off in the summer to go on trips with my ex that I obviously will not be going on. And he's like, let me know the dates, like you can come with me to like my family's like celebrations. Like it was just moving really fast. And so anyways, after this date, the Monday comes around and he was like kind of blowing up my phone. And on Mondays at work, like I'm just super busy, I'm not really on my phone. And I had told him this because we had been talking for probably like a month and a half at this point. Like he knew Mondays were like rough for me. So I tell him, or I didn't tell him, he just like kept texting me, and he Snapchatted me twice and then texted me, he was like, hey, are you alive? Or he said, hey, are you okay? And I didn't write back right away, and he's like, are you busy or something? And so I finally, like in between meetings, write him back, I'm like, hey, I told you Mondays are super busy for me, I'm really not on my phone. And he says, good to know. I'm just thinking, I've told you this for 2 months now, okay. And I get onto a meeting. I also Snapchat him a picture of me like getting into the meeting, so he knew I was busy. He then texted me 20 minutes later and says, did I do something wrong yesterday? And so I think, okay, like I need to like end this, because one, I was already feeling a little unsure after the hangout, but then especially after I just told you I'm busy at work and you're still blowing me up. So I sent him a novel just saying, hey, I don't see this progressing farther than a friendship. Appreciate your time and letting me get to know you. I just want to be honest with you. This feels way too much like a relationship at this point. And I gave him examples. I said, you're asking who I'm with, what time I'll be home, what I'm doing, what town I'm in. And I said also it's just really off-putting that I asked you to slow things down, and I just feel like you're being really pushy. I'm not ready for anything. Realistically, I'm not even thinking about dating until the summer, and that's just if it happens. But I told myself I'm not dating until June at the earliest. I want to make sure I'm healed. And he writes back and says, okay, I can slow things down, and I'm really not that into you. That's just how I show my interest in you. And I just said, I appreciate you telling me how you feel, but I just want to really communicate with you that I do not see this going anywhere. And he just keeps texting me about it. He's like, okay, well, I know I could have been good for you. And I'm just thinking, I wasn't even like throwing digs at him. I was just like, hey, this is why I don't want to pursue anything with you, and I didn't want to just ghost you. So I just stopped texting him back. He continues to just like send me blank Snapchats. I'm like, dang, I really don't want to get to the point where I have to block you, because I don't feel like it was anything that serious. We only talked for a month. We only hung out twice. And the next day he texts me again and says, I just want to know what I did wrong. So I replied to the message that I sent him. I said, hey, I told you exactly like why I didn't want to pursue this. And he goes, okay, I guess I just thought we had something more than we did. I'm like, bro, we really didn't have anything. We hung out twice, never kissed, never hooked up. Literally, like, it was nothing big. This was probably 2 weeks ago. He still will like Snapchat me blank Snapchats 2 or 3 times a day. And I even told him, I said, I think I ended up making the right choice because you're constantly blowing me up. And now I'm realizing like, maybe you kind of are a stalker. Maybe you are obsessive. He's like, I'm not constantly blowing up. That's such an exaggeration. And I said, you Snapchatted me 6 times today and I responded to 1, and you've texted me 4 times today that I've also responded once. So now I feel like, should I block him? Am I being crazy? Am I being a bit? Because I really shouldn't be that deep. He'll still slide up on my stories, and now he's DMing me on Instagram, just random shit. Hey, do you know anyone that wants a dog? And I just didn't write back. He like sends me pictures of the dog 20 minutes later, slides up on my story, hey, you're doing so good, hope you're doing well. And then he sent me another message, was like, I'm really sorry that I messed things up between us. I'm like, you really didn't even like necessarily do anything wrong, but now the way you're acting feels wrong. So I just need to know, is that crazy? Is he being obsessive, or like is this just normal and I'm just used to toxicness? Because I low-key do feel like he's kind of crazy now.
So I included this clip because we need to be reminded of how little modern women tend to take accountability or accept accountability. She's got this guy out here looking like he took advantage of somebody, and then she has to go into the comments because of her silly framing and say, no, he didn't take advantage of anybody. oh, he's a good guy, but he's got this stalking charge, so I don't know. And then he tried to grab my hand, and then, you know, we were cuddling and all that stuff, and then he tried to go in for the kiss. That came out of nowhere, where you guys were touching and you guys were cuddling together. You were holding hands. You said that in your story. Yeah, but it was him that grabbed my hand, and it was him that was trying to get next to me, and I told him I didn't want that. Why are you even in the same vicinity as him? Well, you told him from that. Well, I told him from the outset I didn't want anything. Yeah, but that's just it. You told him from the outset that you didn't want anything, and you're sitting on a dating app. Oh, well, I wanted to make friends. That's what she told one woman in the comments when a woman was like, why is this even a thing? Why are you even messing with this guy? For what? Oh, because I wanted friends. You can't find friends nowhere else. You got to find them on a dating app. If you said you didn't want anything serious, no, you wanted the affection and the attention of a man. That's what you wanted. Oh, I want him to chase me a little bit. I want to keep him around until I get over my ex. I'm not even going to say that you was going to go back to your ex, but you definitely wanted a rebound. You wanted somebody to hang around, and then maybe after, I don't know, 4 or 5 months, then you say, oh, well, you know, we were friends first. No, you put him in the friend zone. And after close to a month and a half of not wanting to wait, the guy started pressing the envelope. Do I think there are some things that he should have done or shouldn't have done? Absolutely. Absolutely. But you're making this guy out to be a bad guy when, you know, charges notwithstanding, he talked to you for a month. He talked to you for a month. Modern women be saying, well, I don't want a pen and pal. I want a man to make a plan. I want a man to, you know, do guys not like women anymore? They don't make a move. They don't. And then you complain about a man making a move. Oh, man, he's calling me at work and he's doing it. Well, leave him alone. Block him. Why you even bother him if you didn't want nothing? Isn't that what y'all say? But it's okay when y'all do it. Modern women do not like taking accountability at all. It's crazy.
I am so glad that I grew up in an era where women actually wore clothes. Women nowadays think it's okay to come outside half dressed. Y'all wore lingeries as Halloween costumes. Then y'all want to put y'all kids on the same clothes that y'all will wear, and then y'all get mad when men actualize y'all kids. Then y'all want to hit people with the, oh my God, they shouldn't be looking, they shouldn't be looking. Men are going to be men at the end of the day. That's the part that y'all have to realize. Not only that, we do not live in this good world that people think that we should be living in. We don't. That's why you need to take extra precaution when it comes down to dressing your kids appropriately. Because let me ask y'all this. Would y'all go inside of a job interview with some crop tops and some booty shorts on? Okay, so stop sending y'all kids outside dressed like they grown ass women. Not even that. When y'all look at TV and y'all see how the women are dressed, the first thing that'll come to y'all mind is like, oh my God, she's dressed inappropriately. When they wearing short little on the TV set, it applies to your child as well.
I'm going to have to do a deep dive on this one real quick, because what she said is, I feel like it was good for the most part, but then it was also incomplete, because you're saying men are going to be men at the end of the day, trying to make it seem like, well, maybe not trying to make it seem like, but the way you framed it is as if, well, men are going to be men at the end of the day. And if he's looking at a child, he's going to take advantage of that child at the end of the day. And that's not true. That's number one. What these women are doing to their children is and that's why they call it innocence. What they're doing to their children is they're dressing them in a certain way to where they have no idea what's going on. I don't know what you're putting on me. I don't know what you're making me to listen to. I don't know how you're making me dance or what you're encouraging me to do. I just know because mama told me to do it, I'm doing it. And this is a mature act that adults tend to do. And so what happens is when you perform those acts or you wear this type of clothing, it's a signal, it's a spirit, it's an energy that comes with it. And these modern women don't seem to understand that. What you're attaching to your child is an energy, is a spirit of maturity, is a spirit of lust that you're attaching and having followed that child around. I know you don't want to hear that, but that's what it is. And what you're doing, and the child, that's what makes the innocence so bad, is because the child does not know that they're being hoisted up into maturity. They're being elevated into maturity Whereas a man would see that, or people would see, not even men, people would say, oh man, look at that, that's so cute. And they say it's so cute because, oh man, women, grown women do that. And even when you dress, and we do it with younger children who we put on like stuff that some like adults would wear. Like say, for instance, a child has Jordans on or something like that. And they put a little earring in his ear and little ball cap. And you know how sometimes parents, they do a little bit more than usual. Whereas, you know, this is baby clothing versus this is adult clothing. Like not necessarily like, oh man, adults, she's showing skin or he's showing skin and stuff. But this is an outfit that adults would wear. And that's what they do. And oh man, it's cute. Yada, yada, yada. Right? I think that's fine. But what you guys are, well, even that, we can deal with that too. While it's not necessarily harmless, the way you begin to treat your children is, this is going to be a little me. This is going to be a miniature version of me, which is okay. But some of your morals should not be taught and passed on to anybody. And so you go around wearing a certain top and you might have the chance to protect yourself and cultivate and craft your image. The child cannot do that. You are exposing the child. Oh, look at my child. Hee hee ha ha. Go Tanya, go Tanya. And she's sitting up there doing these dances. And men are like, what is going on? Women are like, what's going on? But then you've got the sick people who will look at this and be like, oh, you know, that's like what a grown person would do. And I'm attracted to that. Criminals, not men, criminals do that. And guess who's in charge, to her point, of you elevating your daughter to a realm of maturity? You are. At some point in time, with this bad behavior, we have to start, in my opinion, having consequences to it. Well, everybody can do whatever they want with their child. I get it. But there's got to be a consequence before these young children get taken advantage. This is complacency. If we're saying, hey, if you don't lock away that, how can I say this? That tool, so that if kids get a hold of that tool, it's your fault too. If they hurt somebody with that tool that you should have had in the locker, it's your fault too. So now when you're giving kids the tools to dance a certain way and move a certain way and be seen in a certain light, so that now sick people are hunting them, we've got a problem. But because modern women don't want to be held accountable, ain't nobody gonna be saying nothing.